I'm glad she's listening now. No, keep your head down with your blonde ass. Come on. Against the black rock. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Witcher. We're now on to episode 3 of season 2, which is called What's Lost, I believe. So, in the last episode, we finally had Geralt and Ciri arrive at Geralt's home where he was raised after the horrible events that happened in the prequel. And she got an idea kind of what it's like to be a Witcher, I suppose, as far as what's left of them and how they live. We discovered that they are down to less than 20 now. And some crazy stuff occurred while she was there, of course. It couldn't just be a peaceful day there. But one of the things that I took away from it, if I understood it correctly, is that it looks like the monsters are potentially evolving. Apparently the beast that one guy turned into was not supposed to be able to replicate itself in any way, but it did. And so I feel like this is all kind of part and parcel with all the things that are happening, all the events that are kind of were hinted to in season 1 having an effect on the world, and that there might be some side effects here, like monsters, like I said, evolving, which is not a good thing considering that the only thing that's standing between monsters and most of the masses are witchers, and they are slowly but surely dying out. So there's that. And on the other side of things, we had our girl Yennifer as well as Frangella meet up with some elves and encounter a very powerful witch who seemingly gave them all the option to help them get what they really desired, but there has to be some sort of a payoff. We didn't really get a clear understanding of what the other side of that was, but Yennefer at least seems to be free for now, but we saw her desperately trying to portal her way out of wherever she was, and it didn't seem to be working in that moment. She definitely expended a lot during her chaos magic situation last season, so it looks like she's still dealing with the ramifications of that, and unfortunately there isn't going to be a quick reunion with her and Geralt and Ciri just yet. So I'm very ready to get into this episode, but before I do, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you enjoy what you're watching, and if you do, you think of hitting that thumbs up button. It helps the algorithm and it really helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it very much. And if you really like it, then maybe you'll hit that subscribe button so then you'll be notified when I do more reactions to this show. I also do a lot of shows in the same kind of fantasy, nerdy, geeky, comic-y vein, so hopefully you'll be into that. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hopefully today will be the day and you can join me on my march to 10K. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into episode 3 right about now. All right, Ciri, let's see what you got. Yeah, you better tell that straw man. Nerve it looking at you. Like a proud papa.
That's enough. We'll start fresh tomorrow.
I can do it.
She wants to do it now, damn it.
Anything else? I have diminishing returns.
Sir Laszlo,
He's so fine.
hunger makes for good sauce.
Also makes for shitty lunches.
Whoa, haven't had a vision in a minute.
You are safe here.
That's not what happened. Why is she not talking to him? That's weird. I mean, I guess not. I keep forgetting they've really only known each other for a while here, but, or not a while, like for a few days or weeks. I don't really know showtime, but she should be confiding in Geralt because he can help her a lot better if he knows what she's dealing with.
What you call a witcher with no brains?
Lambert?
Okay.
She's a quick study.
When you finish this, get some rest.
Did you just put your dirty hands on my food? I'm assuming she's probably getting nightmares and that's why she's running from sleep so hard, but she does need to rest.
And bitterness won't help us find what killed him.
Oh, I know what killed him.
Leave it alone.
Y'all can't be affording to fight right now. There's not enough of you left. And Geralt's the best, let's be real.
Until there are no monsters left in the world.
Is that gonna happen?
Until our life's mission is complete.
Which will be never.
I was about to say. That's the part that's kind of sad about the whole Witcher situation, right? Is that they literally were created for one purpose. And if there really were no more monsters, they already know that, like, they have no place in the world, right? Which sucks because people kind of hate them but need them. Oh, yum. Can't we just burn these? I mean, yes, I know toxins and concoctions.
If there was a scientific explanation for any of this, you would have found it by now.
We got a lab full of alchemical compounds that can change day to fucking night. I'm not going to give up now.
That's right. I guess, but based on what we saw in the prequel, like, they don't know everything. Vesemir was just a kid, sort of, you know, when this whole stuff was going on with the mages in the whole Witcher Tower. So there's a lot he doesn't know about dark magic and mutative magic, so, and science, alchemy. Oh, I'm so excited at the idea of seeing an alchemist show up in here because they seem like they were such a cool part of the world before, you know, things went south. And if there's one out there that's mutating monsters, juicy. Okay, you're just getting fancy. You could just use a pen. Okay, just leave it hanging there, Dan. What happened to Dude? I want to know what happened to the guy she tortured.
I am not here to glorify my part in our victory in Sodom, nor to watch you perform feigned inquisitions to distract from your failures.
Oop! He said it.
There's evidence of a magical barrier in his head.
Oh. Ow. So you just tortured him for nothing, huh?
If we want to keep our people safe, we'll be wise to recognize the enemies in our midst.
The elves are not our
Thank you, racist.
Beyond even our capabilities. We'll be burying a lot more than 14 mages then.
13.
She's back. She's like, I know you didn't count me out like that. Oh, close your mouth and go sit down. That was a great entrance. She's like, I wanted to, that's why I didn't send it, because I was waiting to erase that part.
tumultuous. Artorius can feel his grasp on the leadership slipping, and Stregobor is...
A fuckhead.
She said the right one.
You want me to lay low?
I need you to.
That's all right, though. We don't really need Yennefer front and center. We needed to go find her man and her new step baby.
You did what you had to do.
She did.
And I, for one, will always be grateful for your sacrifice.
I'm with her. It's like, so I saved y'all, and you're still pissed at me for using chaos magic. Frangella was right, unfortunately. She knows how pig-headed these men are. And scared. That's really what it comes down to. They're scared of how powerful Yennefer is.
Well, I've never known a human to give up the kindness of his heart.
Yes, there's a cost. But if it saves our people, it's one I'm happy to pay. We're safe here.
Oh, famous last words. You are not safe while the entire continent knows you're flocking to one place. But she seems very confident in that witch's vision, which is scary.
Full of dangers. Is that what you want?
I want to do what a witcher does.
Piri! You have no idea what she's been through, sir. But that was my training dummy. Jerk. Make me another one. Like, seriously, I never understand people who get off on, like, threatening people who they perceive as weaker than them. Like, really, sir? And especially the fact that she could literally probably rend him in half if she wanted to. All right, well, it's taking you to the big leagues, but I don't know if you're quite ready yet. Especially since you're not sleeping. Okay, you just trying to kill her now. See how well that goes for you with Geralt.
Are you sure about this?
Of course he is. He's a jerk.
Just having a little fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck. Hope your innards are sturdy. It's not a lesson you'll forget, though.
Want to be a witcher?
Yes, I just need to, you know, get the feeling back in my face, and then I'm right back up there. Such a lonely life when you think about it, too, that they're really the only ones to grieve each other, because they typically live a very lonely life, and no one really cares about them, other than using them for their monster hunting abilities.
I feel like the continents have opened underneath our feet, and I didn't see it coming.
Y'all have been busy.
You survived.
So did you?
That was great. Oh, great, you're alive. Yennefer's like, take it all in, man. You have no idea what I sacrificed for this body.
She slaughtered nobility, priests, even civilians with their bare hands. It wasn't
Impressive light show.
to reclaim power.
That's not true.
Thank you.
She was trying to rightly recover her throne.
You weren't there, boy.
No, I'm a historian.
Thank you. I read.
Her violence etched here. Forever.
She should have taken your head off. The world would have been better for it. But I see what he's doing. Create fear about Yennefer now because he's scared of her. You're not going to get to snuff her out, sir.
Take charge of our council if we allow our power to be diluted by elven blood.
It's magnified. Okay.
The only certainty on this continent, my boy,
Don't touch me.
is that no one is ever what they see.
Oh no, you are definitely a creep. And a bastard. What was the word that Yennefer used?
We'll find a cure for your scars. I'll talk to Tisea.
No,
She doesn't want him.
I'm not on Tisea's plan. I'm not dead.
That's right. She's still here.
I have to find a new way forward.
I like that. And she's talking to you too, Yennefer. You're not the same anymore. But I like the idea of that. Like, scars are viewed very differently by people. Some people look at them as this curse, but other people look at it as a reminder of what they've been through and the strength that it took to get through it. Oh, man.
No, you got, girl.
She's gonna have no insides left. It's a good thing she didn't eat. She must be a Virgo. She don't like to stop. We don't like it when people tell us when we can't do stuff. It actually makes us want to do it more, even if we don't actually want to do it. In your face, redhead. She's like, I have no feeling in the bottom half of my body, but I did it. Can you crawl? Like, military crawl? Or you could walk right into it. That works well. I'm pretty sure I saw blood on that one. Yeah. Can we take a break? Oh, trailer shot. You know, the last thing this girl needs to hear is that she doesn't belong somewhere else. Like, seriously, since season 1, she's just been pushed away by everyone, and it's not even her fault.
My people are used to sleeping on a forest floor. To awaken without the bite of a snake or the sting of a wasp is a pleasure.
Right.
What will it cost me?
Now you're asking? You should have negotiated that before you left the forest.
We are looked upon as imperialists. People, they see our black armor and they assume that we are here to destroy the world.
I'd say that's pretty accurate.
The elves know the continent better than any man, Northern or Nilfgaardian, ever could.
This is true.
I want your partnership. The Deathless Mother may have brought us together, but you can trust me.
Can I? But this is a very smart political move, though. The elves should have been allies a long time ago, and the arrogance of the Northern Kingdoms is definitely going to come back to bite them in the ass, which I'm okay with because the people in power suck at the moment. Where you going, girl? Trying to figure out what's going on with your magic, right? Because it has been jacked up. Oh, look at you. Where's your white flame to save you now?
It startled you. So.
Don't touch me. Come on, Yennefer. Don't fall for it. I can't believe you let him touch you.
You don't want to chat about your true intentions. I'd be forced to use a method your dear Tisea has grown so fond of.
Come on, Yennefer. Oh no, I guess she's not strong enough right now.
More like it.
Finally. Next time she'll kill you. I hope. You already saw quite a bit, unfortunately, and I hate that him of all people did it. Okay, so we need to teach Yennefer how to keep people out of her head, I guess.
And breathe, damn it! You're panting like a dying mammoth!
Well, she's tired. And hungry. The boys are like, we haven't had a trainee in like 200 years. It's sad that she's now become the entertainment. Okay, girl, yeah. Ooh, there we go. You matrix that shit. We went from teasing her to coaching her. You see how much better this is now? It feels better too, doesn't it? Ooh, ooh. Hold on. Upper body strength. Use your core. I don't know. I have no upper body strength either. Uh-oh. Girl, like, we didn't tell her to go up there. We did, but we didn't. I mean, we did the first time, but not all the other times. Don't hurt us, Geralt. His face. He's like, he wants her to keep going, but he also is terrified. This is why fathers are actually good figures, though, because moms would never let this happen. But dads are kind of the ones that need to like push and just allow a few scrapes and bumps and bruises to happen for the growth, you know? Yeah! Oh, almost nailed it. But that was pretty close. That was pretty close. You can pick her up by the scruff of her neck.
So close.
That's what I said.
And we're to unquestioningly believe that she's here with good intentions.
Yes. You still committed treason. Die. Die, worm, die.
I'd be gift wrapping yet another reason for Stregobor to vilify me.
And tell them the truth. You are not a threat because you have lost your magic.
I knew she picked up on it. That's the reason why he was able to get in her head in the first place.
I know you to your core. Your pain is my pain.
She really is your mama.
Tell me how to save myself.
Don't know.
I don't believe you.
I don't think it's gone.
What is lost is lost.
I don't believe that, though. I think it's just that she tapped into something new.
Without it, I'm nothing.
No, it's not true.
You have been trying to fill a void. Power couldn't do it, even when you had it at your fingertips.
Ooh, this is
what
deep.
Makes you think it's the answer now?
Because it's all I have left.
No, honey, it's not. And when you finally realize that, that's when you're going to hit your true potential. And I don't blame her. She's had such a rough life that I understand how she clung to that one thing that made her feel special.
You said we catch fear. That you have to face it and mustn't just give up.
It's the difference between fear and recognizing your limits as far as, like, dying.
I've known many who wanted to be great fighters in my time. Do you know where they are now?
Not a one breathing. I know, it's frustrating, Geralt, but she's scared. And this is the only thing that's making her feel powerful because she's terrified of the actual power she has inside of her. But it's rough. She's not telling Geralt why she's so pushed and so driven to do well so quickly.
If you have an ulterior motive, you can tell me.
What, so you can rat me out to Stregobor? Again?
Again.
Don't call me that.
Ever. Again. Wait, was it that woman? Maybe that visit to that witch is why it's gone. Because she didn't agree to do what she asked. Yeah, Yennifer will do anything at this point. She wants her magic back. I feel like it's not gone. I feel like it's like sealed or something. Either the old witch maybe has something to do with it, or it has something to do with the fact that she used magic she's never used before, and maybe her body just needs like a super long time to replenish or something.
A pull. It's like I'm being pulled.
Pulled towards what?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
What?
Good for you, Geralt. She's got to get through this because she's trying to run from it internally and it ain't working. Ooh, love the fit.
I saw your mother exhibit uncontrolled magical power. I think you've inherited that power.
Oh, we know she has. He knows more about you than you know about yourself, girl.
You said you'd never let anything happen to me.
Try.
And I trust you.
Good.
Really?
It's about time.
Exactly. You start being honest then, fully. Well, that's attractive. It's Groot's mama and she looks pissed. Oh no, you in her house now. Let's go. Ooh, she saw that happening. I'm sorry, what? That was my kill. Who are you now? Is this a party? Oh, okay. We're not sticking around for the weird mantis thing. I mean, thanks for killing the creepy Groot's mom. I have not seen the shield before. That's hot. That might work. I'm glad she's listening now. No, keep your head down with your blonde ass. Come on. Against the black rock. Shh. Just stay there. Think. Safe things. That is really weird. I can see she has no idea where it's coming from. That sound's coming from everywhere. Okay, girl, if you can do that scream of death thing, I think you need to do it right about now. What is that? That's right. Geralt said not today, bitch. With your ugly self. Take that hand and that one and your head. Don't you look at me like that with all them eyes. He had like mouths on his face too.
Sir Laszlo would be proud.
He would. You did really good. You actually listened. And that's why you're still alive.
Can you at least tell me what purpose my death serves now?
Right?
Absolution.
Mine.
No. No one cares about you. Clearly.
It is in blindness that we find our true strength.
Oh. Interesting. He says blindness when she was saying it was like stumbling around in the dark without her powers. Don't think that was an accident.
A generous contribution honoring our fallen.
Oh, is that what that is?
May it stand forever on the hill!
It's kind of ugly. It looks like a phallus, but sure.
Think she'll put on a fiery display for us tonight, full test?
I've heard mages embed these events with spells to
Not full test again. Sister lover.
Our most trusted advisors are becoming less and less trustworthy.
Interesting. This is the fun world of politics. Now even the men are not so trusting of the witches anymore.
This is what strength looks like.
A whole crowd of you killing one man. That's strength? Okay. She's like, I don't even lift, bro. Do you know how much upper body strength it takes to actually cut off a human head? People think it's easy. It's not. There's vertebrae in there. There's all kinds of muscles in the neck. Who is whispering to you, girl? I respect it. I respect it. He's crazy, but he believes. I love that she smiled.
Come on then.
Okay.
Why save me?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm saving me.
Good point. You're lucky you've got the most powerful witch on the planet on your back, on your good side, sir. I was gonna say at your back, but you're on her back. But you know what I meant. Good for Yennefer, though. That was a good play as far as her not playing their game, because killing him wasn't gonna buy her more than a couple of days at this rate, especially with that asshat continuing to work to discredit her amongst the council and everybody else. Stregobor, that's his name. All right, guys, that was episode 3, and what's lost is lost. Definitely was a theme in this episode. So we'll talk about Yennefer since she was at the tail end of the episode here, and she was, I think, a smaller part of this episode as well. Basically, what we saw in the last episode with her, you know, we saw her trying to cast her portals last episode. They weren't working. I thought that it was fatigue, right? Because that fire magic she did at the end of season 1 looked like it was pretty exhausting. It looked huge, and you know, it's something that I think would take a lot out of her regardless. But I also wonder, we saw now that makes more sense to me in the last episode where the witch gave her, you know, the feather and the stone. Oh no, the flower and the stone. Was it flower and the stone? Yeah, flower in the stone or flower in the feather, whatever. And remember the lesson that we saw back in season 1 where all the witches had to learn how to use their magic, and well, Frangella learned it the hardest way, that magic doesn't come from nothing. Like, you can't take or change something without taking it something else in return. So kind of like the idea of the law of energy, right? You can't create energy, you can't destroy energy. You've got to transfer one to the other. You can't just pull. But we saw that with Yennefer, when she did that big burst of fire magic in the last season, I don't believe she didn't take from anything, if that makes sense, right? So in order for her to rain down fiery chaos, she needed something to kind of absorb. And we saw that she did take a bunch of the fire and energy, but I don't think it was the same. I think she would have had to either take lives or maybe strip the land bare of all of its life or something in order to like channel into all of that fire. And she didn't do that. So maybe this is the price that she's paying for that, in that all of her magical energy, whatever made up her magical energy, was expended in that huge act. But whatever the case is, she's not able to use her magic at the moment. And I can understand that she's feeling all kinds of discombobulated about it. And I love, once again, that, her trainer just knows her so well. She just knows, like she said, I know you, Yennefer, I know you to your core. And I do believe, like, if you looked at their interactions in season 1, it very much seemed like she was just this kind of standoffish, slightly arrogant, torturous teacher that just wanted to kind of control and form Yennefer. But it's coming through more and more this season, and towards the end of last season as well, that she really does love Yennefer like a daughter and does see her as like a kindred spirit in many ways. And she knew right off the bat, as soon as Yennefer got back, that something was off with her. And that's why she was, she told her when she got back, like, you need to keep a low profile, you need to lay low, because I think she sensed right from there that Yennefer's magic was gone. And I'm assuming also that what Stregobor did with getting into her head in that corridor was also because Yennefer's magic wasn't working. We did see her kind of try to resist it there for a second, but in the end, she got sucked in. And I don't know if Stregobor figured out that she has no magic either, but it sounds like no one's really wise to that just yet. We all know that at the moment, that's a very dangerous place for Yennefer to be in. This is very much a war that's going to require a level of magic and magical prowess, and almost all of the fighting that Yennefer has learned has been based on her ability to also use magic. I really love that they brought out that poignant moment between her and her mentor, where she told her, like, I don't have anything, like, without my magic, I'm nothing. And she corrects her and says, no, that's not true. Like, and I love that she said, when you had all the magic and power at your fingertips, you still didn't feel whole, and you still didn't feel like you were fulfilled. So now that you're without it, like, nothing's really changed here. Like, it's not about the magic. And I love that line, because it's such a huge line for life, right? About how important it is for us to find fulfillment and satisfaction in who we are as people. And that has nothing to do with your money, your status, your gender, your ethnicity. These are all elements about us, but who we truly are, what makes us happy and fulfilled, has to come from in here. And it won't matter how powerful you make yourself in this world, whether it's in the secular world, financial world, you get the best relationship ever, whatever. If you can't fill that void within yourself, there's nothing out there that will. And so that's really what she was trying to let Yennefer know, is that who she is has always been enough. And I understand why Yennefer struggles with this. I mean, the show really made it exacerbated in the sense of her last season. We saw her in the first few episodes, humpback, the deformation in her face. Like, she always felt like she wasn't enough because of, sadly, the horrible upbringing she had, and of course the differences that she had that made people shun her. And so we saw that the reason she even turned into this beauty that she is now is that she gave up something so precious, the ability to give life, just to look the same as everyone else, or just to have this beauty. My point is that her mentor is trying to get through to her that Yennefer's got to find that fulfillment. She's got to realize that she was enough back when she still had a hunched back and her face didn't look the same and she didn't have all of her eternal youth and beauty. She's still enough then. And she's still enough now, and that the power is just, these are all just additives, or just things that are on top. The people who love Yennefer love her because of her spirit, because of her strength, because of her values, because of her unbreakable attitude. The power and the magic are cool. But if Yennefer had recognized that she was the badass that she would act like a lot of the times in season 1 after she got transformed beforehand, she probably would have had a better sense of who she really was and how valuable she was, and maybe she wouldn't have made that sacrifice in order to be beautiful. But that's all dead and gone, right? Again, I feel like that what's lost is lost line would also go for, how Yennefer was on a quest all last season to try to get the ability to have children back. And of course, she was told then you can't get it back. They're saying that what's lost is lost, but I just don't think it's what we think it is. I think that the Yennefer that used the magic in the way she was before the incident at Sodom happened, I think that is gone, but I do think there is a new, more powerful version of her to come, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I think the old version of her maybe had to go so that a new one can emerge. Anyways, now she's on the lam once again because, like I said, we saw that Stregobor is slowly but surely sowing seeds of doubt about Yennefer. He has not liked her since he found out that she was a quarter elf, but really he's scared of her. So it's best for her to get out from, this group of vipers at the moment because the politics will definitely eat her alive. And I don't think there's enough people on her side to protect her. But anyways, on the other end of the episode, we had a little bit of Ciri. Again, we're seeing that she is training really, really hard. She is so sick and tired of feeling helpless. Last season, like I said in the last episode, she struggled a lot with feeling helpless. She struggled a lot with feeling like she was a burden to everybody. So she wants to be somebody who she feels is valuable and who can save herself to some degree. And we see that she's still experiencing pieces of her power. It looks like, obviously she's got the foreshadowing, fortune telling, seer, like I'm not sure what you would call it, but those abilities are there. But we also know she's got some crazy power. Like we saw what happened to those people in the field last season that tried to mess with her, right? But I think she's very terrified of that side of her power, understandably. She has no idea how it works. She blacked out when it happened as well, so she has no idea what went down. But I think she very much wants to rely on things she can control, such as fighting, swordplay, all that other stuff. And so we saw her really go hard in this episode, and we see that Geralt's been trying to tell her, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, sweetie. You've never been taught how to fight in your entire life, and now you're trying to learn everything that took me years and years and years and years to learn, not to mention that Geralt's been out there being a witcher for centuries. So, she doesn't have any concept. She's young. Impetuousness comes with youth. And I like that after she got hurt and he was talking to her and he was like, you don't understand. Like, us witches are not like you. Like, we have been magically fortified to be able to put up with a lot more BS than the average person. I can go days without sleep. I can go, weeks without food because of what's happened to me. But you are still a human. You need your food. You need your rest. You're just a little bit more fragile. And not because you're a girl, but because you're human, period. But she's still not getting all that. And like I said, I think she's been holding back on telling Geralt the full extent of what she can do. But I understand that after last season, she ended up losing a lot of people that she thought she could trust or scaring people what she could do. So I understand her being more apprehensive about telling anyone about that, even though Geralt hasn't given her any real reason to distrust him yet. Yeah. So, and then of course at the end we saw the stick monster that infected their buddy there. And she definitely, I say she because it looked like it was shaped like a woman, right? Anyway, she looks like she's definitely a next level creature. She was very powerful, clearly, but there was another beast that came up and killed that in quick order and then became the next issue. So I don't think that moment was for nothing. Like Geralt was saying to Vesemir, the world is changing and it's evolving, and it's like the Witchers were the last to know. But like Vesemir said, I think it's important that they don't just forget about what happened here. I think it's very, very much going to become a bigger issue as the seasons continue of what's going on in this world, whether it's because these monsters are naturally evolving, which I don't really think is the case, or if there is somebody, an alchemist, who's found out a way to start making monsters again like they did in the past, which means potentially that there's also a way to continue making witchers. That's a whole other can of worms that is both scary and possibly a good thing. Because like I said, if the monsters are evolving, that means that we need more witchers. The only other thing that happened in the episode, of course, was the elves and Frangella. Very little of them, but now we know that they are aligned. And I think that's the biggest thing to take away from this episode is that, like I said, I think that the Northern Kingdoms are idiots because aligning with the elves would have been a perfect way to make sure that they would never have lost because, like I said, elves, they know more about the continent than everybody else. They have a natural connection to the earth, and their mages, few and far between that are still exist, are the most powerful. So you'd think they would have thought about siding with them, but Nilfgaard made a really smart decision by bringing them in, and it's definitely going to make things very interesting for the Northern Kingdoms in the near future. So I'm very much looking forward to continuing on with this season. It's starting off really, really well, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.